Hey guys, Steven here, and I'm taking a break from my display tutorials to do a little episode of my LP, show you something I've been working on. We're on Joker server right now. You can see there's the ticker display, there's a new tic-tac-toe, Gamerblocks Gaming says hello YouTube. Anyways, this is the Battleship that I've been alluding to, and it's not totally done, so don't get too excited, but I want to show you the big mechanic behind it that's kind of driving things, and all I have to do at this point is really, finish building it. But this is what the rooms look like. It's just like a hemispherical dome, and you go inside, and you got 3 control panels here. This represents your guesses, so if I'll get to this advanced in a bit, but basically if the torch is off, you haven't guessed that one yet. If it's on, you guessed and you missed, and if it's blinking on and off, then you got a hit there. These buttons right here are how you guess. So if you want to guess a ship, you would hit this button, and then if you got a hit, it would blink. If you missed, it would just turn on. And obviously the first person to kill the other dude's ships is the winner. So this side is where you set your own ships. I might change these out with levers with torches for indicators, so you know where you already put them. But this hasn't been wired up yet, so it's still open for change. Basically, you would hit like 2 in a row, and then you have a 2 ship. And here you could hit like 3 in a row, and then you have a 3 long ship. And that would be tied into your opponent's display. So if they guessed correctly, then it would blink, or if they guessed wrongly, it would not. So the question I had was, how do I make it so that the ships show the right status, or the guesses show the right status, hit, miss, or off, because it has to be 3 states. We can't just have on and off, because we need to tell when there's a hit and a miss. So how do I do that while preventing cheating and, really minimizing what we have? So out here, let me get out here and then I can look at it and show you. Oh gosh, it's so big. Okay. So I took all the lines out of there and we made a 16-bit memory array. These are just my vertical RS NOR latches that I like to use with the inverted output here. So right now, that button that I hit inside there lit up this line right here. So if somebody guessed this, we would take this line and run it around. This holds all your guesses. So we'd run that around to this. These lines are for the indicators. If you light up something on the ground here, as these are, then so if we, let's try this. So oops, that's a sign, not a torch. So if we light up this one here, and we go inside the building here, we can see that torch is on, meaning they guessed there, but they missed. So these are corresponding to the white pegs and the red pegs that you have in the actual board game, if you've played the board game. So I was wondering, how can I just run my output to this one line right here so as to control the torches? Because you can see I don't have a lot of room. I have 1 space in between each of these that I can't build in. So I got redstone here, and I have to be careful not to let these cross or anything. So the first thing I came up with was this guy right here. Basically, you take an AND gate, and if you take the output of the RS NOR latches over there, so if they guess it, then this torch turns on. So let's say we guessed one of the buttons, okay, on the wall. So here's our control room like this. So we guessed this one. So we AND that. If the other player has a ship in that place designated by this, which is just like in their control room, they have the levers, then this is true. So what it does is we invert this, which is the power line, to a 5 clock. And if we come around to the front, we see the 5 clock is blinking the light. The way that we talked about with this being, can I do this? Yeah. So it'd be like their control room, okay? But let me go back to the beginning and show you the other options. If there's not a ship there, so it's a miss, we go around and we see that our torch is going to be off. And then finally, if they haven't even guessed this one yet, regardless of what's happening over here, so there could be a ship there and they haven't guessed it yet. You can go look. The torch is off on the wall, which is exactly what we wanted. But as you can see, this thing is both very long, which isn't a problem for me, I don't mind that so much, but it's very wide. I need to fit everything in a 1 block wide space, ideally, to run this properly. And as you can see, we have quite a few things going on here. We have RS NOR latch, AND gate, NOT gate, 5 clock, NOT gate, and a NOR gate, which is a inverse NOR right here. That is our output. So really quite a bit going on. So I actually did manage to do this, which is ultimately why I'm making this video, so I can show you. This right here, everything set against that white wool is it. Our output, I embedded into a wall right here so we can watch it. You can see right now it's off because our inputs are off. Now the inputs are these 2 yellow blocks, this one here and this one right here. You can see we have our, this comes from our RS NOR latch right here, so that feeds into there. We have our vertical AND gate. Then this line is the first inverter that goes up to the blinking light. So basically, if they guess and it's a miss, this line turns on, and the top torch will be on. And then if they guess it and it's a hit, and the hit is designated by that one up there, that AND gate. If it's a hit, then the output gets inverted. This is the second inverter and goes into this, which is a vertical 5 clock that I designed. And I want to show you guys how to build that real quick. I promise that I did not see this anywhere. I was pretty happy. It was a total accident that I made it. Anyways, that goes to our, this would be our vertical NOR gate here, leading to this on the display. And this actually wouldn't be connected directly to it. It's going to feed into those lines right here. Those lines. So all vertically. And this can all fit side by side by side with no problems. So, bravo to me, right? Let's take a look at that vertical gate. I'm going to use white wool, and I think I have everything else. So it looks like all I did was I had, let's see, so here is your input. The cool thing about the 5 clock is it's off if you turn the thing off, which you'll find out is actually very rare for 5 clocks. But I believe you just have to put a block next to this one and then on top of it. Oh, come on. I can do this. Maybe not. On top of it like that. Oh yeah, we need to dial this out to 4 or 3 or else it's going to blow. And then we put a block, I think, oops, here. And then we need a redstone piece, and I'm not quite sure where, so let me check. This is only the second time I've ever built this. Ah, yes, okay. It's redstone on everything except the very top one. Like this. And as you can see right now, it's a 5 clock, because we don't have any, this is the input. You can take this out, you don't need it. But I use it because you want to put power switches on your 5 clocks, or else you're going to have a bad time. Because when you log out, if you're using repeaters in your clocks and circuits, it'll stay on when you leave and it won't reset when you come back in. So I like to do this with my clocks. So we have a button right now, it's off, so the clock is allowed to move, and this is your output right here. And we can kind of signal this with, let's put a torch for our output here. Okay. So you can see it's clocking along right there, and then if we turn it, oh, you know why? It's because that 1 block redstone piece isn't enough. You have to use a repeater or 2 blocks of redstone. So you can see when we turn this on, it's off by default, but since we're feeding it into a redstone torch, it inverts it. But you can see if we get rid of this, if we put a door or something here, it's off by default, which is what I wanted for this design, because we're using the NOR gate. And so I think, oops, I can't type, can I? I think that's about everything. Basically the next step is to put in all these and then make the second control room for the other player and do the exact same thing with their stuff. Just going to be 1 player for now. and maybe one person that can set ships to guess. The problem being, you know, it's just making everything twice, so I'm going to make one and then copy it. So thanks for watching, have fun with my cool little 5 clock here, and show me your video responses of cool redstone things you have made, and sooner or later I will have a contest to get into this server if Joker lets me. So, thanks and have a good one.